comes my way, poverty, fame, or pain. I was created to worship you. You're all I have, and all I have is you. You're all I am, and all I am.
Birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
You guys, you have filled my life with such a pleasure and joy. I cannot tell you. This is the first time in my life that I have ever been loved so much. God bless you.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
Oh, you are all I have, and all I have is you. You're all I am, Jesus, and all I have is you. Without you, there's nothing, Lord. Now and forevermore, I was created to worship you. And I will worship you. You are all I have. You are all I have. All I have is you.
Großer Gott, wir loben dich. Herr, wir preisen deine Stärke. Vor dir neigt die Erde sich und bewundert deine Werke, wie du warst vor einer Zeit. So bleibst du in Ewigkeit. That is really when I first understood the strength in what God is doing. I'm Jutta Ursula Annemarie Krautwurst Hudi, born in Berlin in 1932. My father was a factory worker, and my mother was a waitress. My brother's the oldest, then my sister, and then the boy between my brother and I died. One day I went to school, and all they taught was Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. And that didn't sit too well with me. I wanted to learn something besides Hitler. So I told him, I said, can't we learn anything else besides Hitler? Well, that ended me in the principal's office. And by the time I got home, the authorities were there to pick me up. So in the orphanage, I went again. That was with the age of 7. One day, they removed all our pretty clothes that we wore when we got taken away from the parents. And they put me back in my clothes. Of course, I got excited. I thought, I'm going home. Wrong. They looked at me and they handed me a bouquet of daisies, which were Hitler's favorite flowers. I had to find out later. And they told me that Hitler is coming and I'm supposed to give it to him. So I got escorted into the place with all the others around and handed him his bouquet of daisies, and with the courtesy and everything else they do in little kids. And then he popped me a little bit on the head and he says, "Ach, what ein schönes Mädchen." That, of course, means, oh, what a nice-looking girl. And that was the end of it. He looked around in the room and looked at all these kids, and he turned away. And I had to go back into my old clothes. So after that, of course, I didn't have a bed of roses. So here we go again, taking off, finding myself again homeless on the streets. Because who wants to beaten, who wants to molestations? And I always went away from them. We got transferred in a truck because our orphanage got bombed. Where they went, they didn't tell us, but it looked familiar to me. And so I watched, and when they opened the doors for us to relieve ourselves, well, I relieved myself of the whole situation. I ran away. But then I found myself into Berlin. By then I was about, I would say 11. I found in Berlin a high bunker. That is a place where you go into where you are safe from the mines and the bombs and everything. And here we are, and then all of a sudden I heard these people start to sing. Großer Gott, wir loben dich. Herr, wir bewundern deine Stärke. Vor dir neigt die Erde sich und bewundert deine Werke. Wie du warst vor einer Zeit, so bleibst du in Ewigkeit. And all of a sudden, we got through singing, and we didn't hear any more bombs, no more shooting, and the doors were open. Then all of a sudden, everybody got out. So pretty soon we got engaged. In 1958, we got married. I learned love afterwards. He held me in his arms and repeatedly told me he loved me. The real deep love was after I had my baby. And then almost 2 years later, I had my second baby. That was love. That's when I knew what love was. I had a boy, I had a girl. And that is when my happiness really began. In fact, that was my son. When he was about 4 years old, after we came back to the States, I took him, as the German being was all about, took him to church, both of them, my daughter and him, but she was quite little yet. So when he came home, he says, Mama, I am saved. You have me busy. I didn't know what he was talking about. I just said, yeah, okay. But he wouldn't let loose. He kept going. Mama, I'm saved. And he kept it going 4 or 5 times till I finally said, okay, honey, what are you talking about? And he said, well, I took Jesus in my heart. I said, okay. And the next Monday after that, the pastor came to the house. And of course, he says, he talked to me for a while, and then he asked me if I wouldn't want to be saved. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And he says, well, why don't you ask Jesus in your heart? No, because I had such a fear for authority, and to me, Christ is authority at that time. So I told him, I said, no, I couldn't do that. I got to be a better person first. And that's when he explained to me that you couldn't do it on your own. You have to ask Jesus in your heart to help you, which I did. And that was the day of the beginning of my life, my real life. There are times I remember that I have forgiven every one of them. There is nobody on this earth that ever touched me, done something to me, that I have not forgiven, because I want to see my Maker. And I cannot go with unforgiveness to heaven.